Hi, welcome everybody. This is Recorder Lesson 1. And to do these lessons, you will need two things. First of all, you need to have your recorder. Second of all, you need to have your Yamaha Recorder Student. The book, the Yamaha Recorder Student. So hopefully you have these two things at home. Set this book up so that you can see it and you can sit with your recorder and see your book. We are going to start with the basic review lesson, which is the first lesson. And you guys should review this as many times as you need to get it down. So we're basically just going to go over pages 2 and 3 in the book. If you turn to page 2, you will look at the parts of the recorder. You see how the recorder is put together. The air hole at the top should line up with these holes. So you get your mouthpiece put on there in the right direction. Now, holding the recorder is the first thing we talk about. Hands. Your beginning notes will only use the fingers of your left hand. The left hand is placed at the top of the recorder. The left thumb covers the hole in the back of the instrument. So your left thumb right there is on the hole in the back. Everybody see that? Left thumb holds that. And then your first finger covers the first hole. You want to make sure you cover the hole completely. The hole needs to be completely covered, and every time your finger covers a hole. Okay, so your first finger goes on the first hole, second finger on the second hole, your third finger on the third hole, and that's your left hand. The fourth finger in the left hand is not used. You cover all the holes with the ball of the finger while keeping the fingers flat. So the ball meaning just, the round part in the middle of that part of your finger. You want to make sure you keep your fingers kind of flat, covered over there. That way you won't have any leaks, you won't have any half-covered holes, which will give you squeaks and also give you the wrong pitch. So you want to be sure and cover completely each hole whenever you do that. Later on, when you add your right hand, the thumb will be in the back with the first finger covering the fourth hole. That means your right hand's down here with your first finger covering the fourth hole, second finger the fifth hole, third finger the sixth hole, and then in your right hand you actually have your fourth finger down here, the lowest hole, the bottom of the recorder. Now, the mouthpiece is placed between the lips, no more than half an inch of the mouthpiece going inside your mouth. Do not bite the mouthpiece. So, just like that. Playing the recorder. It does not take a great deal of air to produce beautiful sounds on the recorder, so you do not have to blow hard. In the beginning, playing softly will help you develop control. To start the tone, lightly touch the tip of your tongue against the point where your upper front teeth meet your gums and quickly remove it. Imagine you were saying the syllable two, 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 two. This is called tonguing. This is how you articulate the sound with your tongue. Two, 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 just like that. It gives it a clean start to your note, and it clearly delineates where the note starts. All right, the last thing on this page, on page 2 of the book, is care for your recorder. After playing, dry the inside of your instrument with a swab. Use lint-free gauze or cloth. I can read. Thank you. The mouthpiece should always be kept clean. Wipe the outer part of the surface with clear soapy water. Never use benzyl or methane alcohol. So keep your recorder clean. You can take a cloth and you can take the cleaning stick and use it inside to clean inside each time you use it. It can also be washed. I've found that you could just wash this in the dishwasher if it ever feels like it gets very, like it needs it. You can take it apart and wash it. So keep your instrument clean. All right, now page 3. This is the last part of the review. This page 3 covers our introduction to music. These are all kind of basics of music that you need to have some understanding of going in to learn the material in this book. So I know we've talked about a lot of this stuff in class, but I'm just going to read through it for you. Looking at the top box there, it's describing the staff. Music is written on a 5-line staff. Between each line, there's a space. So on the staff, there are 5 lines and 4 spaces. And that's how we tell which note we're playing. It's written on a different line or space. All right, then notes. Musical sounds are indicated by notes. A whole note, we talked about this before, gets 4 counts, or gets 4 beats. The half note gets 2 beats, and the quarter note gets 1 beat. Okay, so you guys need to know that information. You need to review that and be able to look at a whole note and know, oh, I hold that for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, I'm just going to play a G, and I'm going to hold it for 4 counts. So that would be like a whole note G. Now, if it was a half note, I would only hold it for 2 counts. And if it was a quarter note G, I would just play it for 1 note, 1 count. I played 8 Gs right there. That would be like 8 quarter notes written in a row. Okay, so the next box, it tells us the corresponding rests. It shows us what the rests are. There's a whole note rest. It looks kind of like a hole, the little squares on the bottom. Then the half note rest kind of looks like a hat. I think of that half hat. It's got the little square on top. And then the quarter note rest is a little squiggly sign. You can look down there and just try to remember what those things are. All right, then we use the treble clef for the staff for the notes we're going to play on the recorder. The treble clef is also called the G clef because it circles the G line. G is one of our first 3 notes we're going to learn. So it's the second line in the treble clef is the G. The next little box down there shows us all the notes on the staff, starting with the lowest line, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. All the notes on the treble clef staff, okay? So you need to try to learn how to identify the notes on the treble clef staff. I'm also going to be an additional worksheet to practice that for you guys. And then you can review down at the bottom of the page where it says review. It has the rhythm tree it shows you what like a whole note breaks down into 2 half notes equals a whole note, and then 4 quarter notes equals those 2 half notes, which equals equals a single whole note, and then the corresponding rests. And so that's all the information you need to know to get started. It's at the bottom of this page in the box. I'm just going to play a little song so you can hear. This is, you guess what it is. I know you're going to know it, but how about we'll try it with a little beat. Let me see if I can get a beat on here, and then we'll go on to the next page in the next lesson. Let's see if I can get a little beat on my phone, and then we can try, I'll give you a song. Okay, there it is. This is called the Fat Shuffle Groove. All right. Thanks, you guys. I'll see you at the next lesson.